Sanso Anna, Fabulous, Asante Kotoko, the Porcupine Warriors, watch almost this season. Though Kotoko was some outstanding game to play. Among conceded even go cry until game on boy against Karela over the weekend. No among conceded. That's the first 6 games, one conceded goal. Minimum only the champion. Go start. Now you 7 and a half conceded 2. If you not much draw that game. And now over the weekend, omodo money chim. Ewo Holy Stars. Though they won, they considered a goal. Proud to that. Now scoring cry a thing. Eddie Holy Stars. Now me had them as Sunday. Head. Then I'll carry now 2 teams. Obi unbeaten run no. Ebe endi ana. Hatch for bet me a breaking Kotoko. Unbeaten run no. Ye bewie na house for na ebosi. Nyina ne say omo endi Kotoko unbeaten run. Ana ye bewie na Asante Kotoko nso bosse. O say ye adan a omo nso endi hatch for unbeaten run. The 2 coaches then ene Asante Kotoko say ye oba one captain Samba say 3 points net. Nunchi no mo kwa. Na Karim Zito Twaka was after that embarrassing defeat almost suffer at the hands of Wak. But the game is for the stress bia at why and I was in a year pa say obey the other beating. Saraf Mama Shasi.
Unbeaten run. I think that what do you share the 2 clubs are Adia Bakwa Omumino I demonstrate at least so far is the quality of defending Ayehu from the 2 sides, especially from Accra Heart of Oak. In fact, Accra Heart of Oak defensive solidity, and yet this season we have seen Accra Heart of Oak say over the years the problem of our team has always been attack and not about the defense. Ain't say yeah can between the 2 sides me mommy I look at it from the angle say if it is about say the defensive approach to the game Heart of Oak it looking better. Now Obasuna from the perspective of yeah she goes and no so no you realize that at least what we saw them against Karela. I would say even though Albert is not available, but see a more dear into at Nemudi or against Quara or against Kotoko to me against Karela, Kotoko to me a can nani be to the born to at them. Now it would take looking at it from a lot of perspectives. Born in a total approach. Goalkeeping, defensive, midfield, attack. Then you are also looking at the tactical approach to the game. Now, Kotoko to the grounds of Accra Heart of Oak. Now, within the mindset of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, confidence was Kakra based on results of Munya against Kari. And first, no hear how our Albert exit a demoralizing any one game, no how a psyche out. Ama even all of a sudden, supporters what the belief say team no looking good.
What give
See, naturally and ordinarily, we fan say what level ne dey say na enye say GDA na now dey kasa. Na enye say wo ye obi a wo ye a staunch Kotoko supporter, I was some belief be a ni nyina ye gitum say Kotoko and survive against WAC. And it's not Kotoko alone. No Ghanaian team. You put in Ghanaian teams ni nyina mo yi a select side crana still WAC quality ebeburu yeso. Inti sa o de no beye nyina so anansi su dua na fan say Kotoko enya ade a obeye mistake. Inti hwe how Kotoko dealt with an equal side abefa no kwara. How are omu dealing with them winning here and winning in Nigeria? Emma one idea say Kotoko team no enye bad. But the truth of the matter is say Kotoko my a performance wow and I say wow yenina it's been an okay performance and a good performance equally hard to focus on performance now say uhunu say team no sheshe team no bobra team ni ye bibi but now there was a problem with the team a bad scoring because Duku nche and Isa so nche and goes nusun say free midfielders homa and then it looks like Oma working on it after you who say 2 goals about games I lift up the morale at least again has a sharp concession has and concede and so it gives you a team so you have a team that the focus was on defending and I can a shifting across any young focus on goal scoring. We focus on our team no so a concession kakran so a pager. But the truth of the matter is if you look at the two sides, goalkeeping, Benjamin Asare, that's against Kamara. On any day, I'll go for Benjamin Asare. Well, Kamara the Indiana were good, but were a disaster waiting to happen. At times, obetimi aye bibi na surprise obi our park. Even though you said Benjamin Asare, pressure kakra.
The last 2 games.
Yeah, pressure kakra ban so no. Any the question I have to live up to. Say me a Black Stars player. Unim say when you say na free no one that will go normal. Na sa mentality ni nya catch up with you, ube commit error. And that is one thing that was opportunity. So but between the two sides, you would always go for a more stable, less error-prone Benjamin Asare than a Kamara or at times Obama very great games who are disappointed about. So that is one thing we have seen about Kamara. Now, defensively, Kotoko team no against WAC, against Kwara, Omu concede pa against currently Kotoko there. When it comes to say young concede there, any news to Kotoko. Oh, any news. In fact, if you can put the Kwara game in a Hano, Hani say 3. And I work the year.
Kwara moving.
Me pay go concession in here. 3. And I work the year 5. That makes 8. And
What can it happen?
Inti Kotoko 8 10 goals in 3 games. Average, I want to say.
What?
That's now what team average. So that would be 11 in 4 games. But in fact, I was just looking at the three key games I Kotoko consider edu. In the Kotoko concession rate, it was so pa. And I had to for concession. In fact, if you look at if you look at how to for concession, and yes, sir, in the recent games, yeah, who say has a consider. Now, Obia him say, "Adia back one characteristics of how to for game, and they are very, very good concession rate." Now, if you come to scoring, so Mansi Asante Kotoko how to for me no say Ashe 8 goals, I conceded 3 in the league. Kotoko Ashe 7 goals, I conceded 2, even though I'm about 3 games left. Now, what that means is say the two teams are very close, even though how to focus bomb, and that is why I feel say Obia any sro China yonko sa the domestic game no nkwa na ehwa Obia any sro en China yonko. both at scoring 8-7. Yes, Kotoko has shared 7 in 5 games. How to focus say 8 in 8 games. There has an average of a goal. Kotoko Diana average at least more 1 point something, 1.2 or so in a game. Now, what is the terms? If you are looking at two managers or more very tactical, you would get them. But for me, it looks to me like the approach of Didi in games now, and how after criticism of finding an antidote at the ball game, now share Kotoko response to what and our what defeat now. You were an interesting game on Sunday. Now, between the two sides, it looks like more reliance on midfielders for goals. Say, attackers in check a city any goals ni be free either say midfield and our defense. Until on Sunday, likely say you be say goals ni be ba. E be say be free either attacking or typical midfielders one be ba. And that is one thing that we will see in this particular game. On the balance of play, Daniel Kosuna and Yebeshe, but as it stands now, it's a very close game to call.
Marco, unbeaten run the band, and I eat well.
It's a game that looks like a drawn game
For now.
But only a young band days.
Move on. I'll push you. Pepe, Aqua baby.
I'm Samuel Johnson.
2 sides. When name is Odin Bayard, impressed league. So far, 2 teams are more considered. Sunday, the BBC. It's saying,
Per the recent standards, we can agree that they are doing well, but per the standards of the 2 teams, I will not use the word impressive. They've been normal. Kotoko about 5 games and over 11 points. I drop it 4. It's a performance. But the good thing is what you added, say Kotoko in losing game. So of the 5 normal one, it makes it a little bit okay. Asante Kotoko average 73% of points. I'm fighting for no. Any crowd. Oko had to focus. Has and so I drop it points. It will fear do, and I will say it again. Overall, has I drop it 6 points. Has I drop it 8 points. 8. So from possible say 8 games, it has competing for 24 points. 24. Has a ball draw away back. And I'm winning 3. Inti away or drop it 2 points.
and we are away performance.
League table, no. And now offer fee na or draw you know. Drop a points, no. So overall 6 points na has I drop it. So from possible 24, no, has how many points? 16 points.
Yeah.
16. Joma drop 8 points. So if you want to do the average, has also percentage, you know, in terms of points, has 66%. So or more 66% of points of fighting for Kotoko 73. Has about more 3 more games. Kotoko about 3 less games. But Kotoko average in 73 has of 66. And your performance of the who be per their own standards of my art. We've seen Kotoko first 10 games. Now the performance now projecting as a league winner. We've seen how to focus on the first 10 games. I announced some league no watch. But the good news is that Obian lose game. So that is some good news for the 2 sides of the opinion. In terms of the statistics now, it will give no. Where starts now, it will give no. Quite interesting. The stats associated with results now, I'm churning out. Quite so because more same number of games, it makes comparison very difficult. The thing because you see average points end no. So just how one share na say in statistics, in mathematics. Festival, you found 8 components near family year 5. Ebia, obey total no. This has 16 points. Kotoko 11 points. So has a 5 points better than Kotoko. Why you not say one chilema money per just say because Kotoko about 3 less games. Now in football, there's no justification to say that 3 less games. Remember Kotoko more than 5 points. It makes the comparison very difficult. So we have to use the averages. We have to use the percentages. Said the Kotoko out of the possible 15, okra 73%. Has out of the possible 24, okra 66. That percentages can give us a fair assessment than so Kwako use the absolute figures, because in terms of absolute, has wins Mako out of the 5 games has abono or 4 wins. Out of the 4 games I could abono or 3 wins. So Okofa wins in Kwaza has a winning more games than Kotoko. But Okofa goals conceded now has about more games, so the probability say about more games over conceded baby, you know, as well. So, but because they have not played, so you have to use average. Say, okay, Kotoko I consider how many goals in how many games. Has I consider how many goals in how many games. So the mathematics will help us. Has about 8 games of the and now out of 8 games, you know, we consider 3 goals, right? Kotoko above 5 games. And I consider 2. On the average, I consider more goals such as has. Meaning it's a point.
Looking at the number of
Games from my body because over for has you know 8 games and we consider 3. Kotoko you know
8.
yes. 8 Kotoko bebo 8 you know because we consider 2 in 5 you know.
Yeah.
The probability who your probability are I just say Kotoko bebo 8 in 3 games I count. It is possible to consider more than 3 goals. The same way, no Akofa goal scoring. So has Asha how many goals so far in the season? Goal scored. Has Asha 8 goals in 8 games. Kotoko Asha 7 goals in 5 games. That one, if you go and do the percentages, Kotoko ability to score no was so. Because Kotoko, even from what we are seeing, Kotoko average more than a goal per game. Because was just 7 in 5. Has a 8 in 8. So a Chelsea has a folk on the average or share 1 goal per game. But Kotoko numbers, you know, a certain hint, or share more than a goal per game. No crano. Or sense or 3 matches about. It is possible so by the time we do 8, you know, based on the scoring rate. You know, no 8. So when we use the absolute figures, because you need same number of games, you know, anybody obey analysis using the figures. Now, can you the absolute figures? Has I say 8, Kotoko I say 7. So I just has I say goals to Kotoko. What? Because has about more games than Kotoko. Has I consider 3, Kotoko I consider 2, and it has difference in here because I consider 3. Kaiso about 8 games, I consider 3. Kotoko about 5 pe. By the time I Kotoko about 3, now become a manager on. Based on their concession rates, which is the percentage, Kotoko may concede more. These are the first things I'm better to draw at your fight to say, see, I absolute figures and yen to me discussion because and he has ever Kotoko because has 16 points, Kotoko 11 points. Meanwhile, has 16, you know, from possible 24, Kotoko 11, you know, from possible 15. So there are differences there. Now let's come to, for instance, the goalkeepers comparison. Who's a Kamara? This season will league, you know. Out of Kotoko 5 games, you know, Kamara has kept the post. What the post was at 3 times. And now Aziz Aruna Dari, a damn, you know. I said Aziz 2 no die, you know, keep clean sheet. Aziz had that 2 games to keep clean sheet owning them. Kamara I consider nano 2 goals hour. So as for goalkeeper, what that's 7 games. And what consider 3. Because goalkeeper na ada 3 games or consider 2. The challenge say Asante goalkeeper no. What is that projection we are? So in this equation I say all things being equal, it just be remaining the same. All else constant. Asante goalkeeper Kamara better 7 no. No, I consider more than 3 goals. You can safely conclude on that. because the 2 no are considering in 3 games. And has goalkeeper and 3 no are considering in 7 games. The difference is that there are 4 more games. I separate has for goalkeeper and Kotoko goalkeeper. And so 4 games Rebecca one. Based on the fact that we considered 2 in 3, actually I will say the possibility and probability of considering more. Oh, that is one thing. Clear. In terms of penny, because Kotoko about less games, and make the the statistics and make meaning here. The stats as you put it out there doesn't make a lot of meaning because who can be a statistician now who have absolute figures. I consider 3 and Kamara consider 2, so I say Kamara better. No, but I say how many games on we have. Into our statistician on Chimon because we use statistics I there be divided. And Kotoko number of games no abona lesser by 3, no less by 3, no. Emma statistics in 3 games in Waban. Who put 2 Saudi news since any year. It doesn't make too much of sense. It doesn't bring out a lot of meaning. You have to go back to explain to people, say, where you're in 8 games, where you're in 5 games, and answer nipa at me about on the same page about Betuasi. Yan Jadiaba. How to folk Kotoko at home. A crash posted. Maka at home, Maka crash posted. Kotoko Eshe has to folk 3-2. El Baba has posted. Now has to folk home game. It was not played at their crash posted. A tiff when Jasmine Yakanipa. Me say Kotoko has an open once and be a Hana Benyano. So Kotoko Eshe has to folk. It was a Ghana Premier League game, but it was not played at the Accra Sports Stadium. It was a House of Folk home game, but played in Kumasi because House selected to play the game in Kumasi. For obvious reasons, the Accra Sports Stadium was not available. Phobia thinking that you need to go if you crack or supporters, bampa, then you supporters nearby. So you look at the stats, and in terms of home games that has happened in recent times on the Kotoko who accumulate the last 12 now in favor houses. So we go back to the last 6 nearby next 6 no. Kotoko SA has 2-0. Kotoko any has balls 0-0. Kotoko has a ball 1-1. Kotoko has 1-0. Kotoko has 2-1. Kotoko has 1-0. In fact, 6 games, the best Hearts could do was to draw with Kotoko. 6 games, 11 season, The Hearts bet my own fear and say, Obebo Modesa Bono, a band draw, now got one share. Playing at home. Satan, I'm a Kaiser. Only Kotoko supporters and paying for Dinkoma. Obey such a home, so. See, you're quite home, you're quite training grounds about. Playing in Accra. Nan Kombenya Accra, 2 games in now. Because now has a super Kumasi. Now, because find it difficult to beat them in Kumasi. But Accra, there, now quite say, oh, where do you say, Yakobaba, not Omako, not the Penamako. Now, we is 6 if you are young, the next 6. That is from 2017. So, 2017, and famous Samuosuka penalty no GDTR. Amedada. A defender with so much intelligence. Share football, we are football and me I say ma woninyem pai bo. Na mpai na mre lack. Ahmed Adams no. Ghana for be so panyomunyo opportunity to kwa abro ko ball me number 5 no. Be ni ball no bonche no. Say ni nuane nu Adam. Ahmed Adams a complete defender chain nu. But nanu hu ball asiba. E 3. So Samosuka and Ahmed Adams attending what didn't say see Enra the entire referee penalty and fama Liverpool penalty corner. Referee say a branch did Aurelian Shaman and so left or the 20 body no sooner right in Mumpejae. Born I hated the right hand now outstretched no. I and the left and I done the body no sooner. And I born a boy. A chassan and sunny one can be born a body no. It's refugee penalty. Ahmed Adams said, "Dan, who was a penny?" And what did she say? No, he said, "Not Ponchibi." A stake was I give. I just want to imagine how Aremia Anas was feeling, knowing very well, sir, ref, you know. And then I can say, born obey any say, now power just happen at it. So, we need 2017. And
1-0.
19 because of no 19 Yaba.
Oh, okay.
So 2020, 2021 has as then 21, 22 Kotoko ball draw.
Kotoko chair has 2-1. Okay, Keita penalty on
Naby
just
Keita.
blame, no.
Yeah.
But that was the season of COVID and nearby.
Everybody you came. Naby Keita ball penalty. Kaiser ball. But now and has as Kotoko. Then Kotoko Eshe 3-2 never born. And on board draw last. So the last six now, say see any dear any mupano. Has Ekra win in 17, Okra win in 2021, and Okra win in 22-23. And I got Ekra one win and about a draw. One win for Kotoko and then 3 wins for us. So Ubekai was check it the last time I Kotoko. Eshe has Homer. Ubeka could see the last 2 seasons, then I acquired 3-2 or so. But that game, no, Baba Sports Stadium. It took us you are looking for the last timer. Kotoko has our crowd. Because the game will be played at the Accra Sports Stadium. Oh, yeah, research now. Maninko see Accra because the game will not be played at Baba. And so that one, you have to go back to 2016. 2016. We are in 2025. Aka afe. Na, envie do.
Wow.
Kotoko Enche has. But Yaka say Accra Sports Stadium. Yaka say has Kotoko Sheno. But sa league the twem so he was a sponge. Sa then referee penalty or penalty. Kai Naby Keita lie penalty no boy. Fantastic penalty. Akwano confidence so na was rose. Foreign players have been I am pe okroma no. Ya J penalty anu afa kura o. Now no mum goalkeeper anymore. No the pressure to goalkeeper. So in reality, the last time I could share has our Accra Sports Stadium in the Ghana Premier League. Add it. Yes, we go for President's Cup in your money. In the Ghana Premier League, the last time I could share has our Accra Sports Stadium. 2016. That is the last time. So a lot to play for on Sunday. A lot to play for on Sunday. At the Accra Sports Stadium. At the venue. At the Accra Sports Stadium. Where Kotoko this season? Akobo African Games or not Ghana Premier League game. Kotoko Akobo Kwara Eshe goals bebrebe e consider bebrebe. Wabo wak e consider bako elusu ho. What would the Accra Sports Stadium provide Asante this time? Abra Mukobo omu bitterest rival. Diana Accra Sports Stadium Kotoko. Would they make it that run of 6 games where they dominated the home team? From 2010 to 2016, Kotoko dominated home team. No? Are they going to turn that leaf again? Or has the folk ever flip the current leaf down and say, see, a bonu ye fear one kind, yeah, you don't come in. I ask them, has home form of the penny, and you some true challenge in the Medidi say, Untimi mo league now who are bunting. A chain with fear, Yanis Abbey. And a match says, has a folk, I'm making the most of home games now. They should be leading Adriana Stars. They should be leading Gold Stars. No? Because Gold Stars got 100% home record. Adriana Stars got 100% home record. Has a folk 50% home record. A bus yenye points with your house. About possible 12 of them will 6 and one drop 6. And your papa. So Kotoko will go into the game thinking that this is a team and if you know. More money needs Rosa. You can hit with me, I hit your mona, they get hurt and then you run away. And in fact, Kotoko will take teams by a call. And the top teams in our league now, and it has a personana. The unfortunate answer is no. Oh, United or a debutant. I got PK draw. Bibiani Gold Stars, I got PK draw. It gives Kotoko a certain idea that, okay, then we can also go and try something. But said Ralph kind of agree with him. A difficult game different ball game altogether.
Hmm?
Different ball game altogether. Two teams, would have to tell us why we should continue to take them serious this season. There's two teams, actually the India. Young Koswan form serious pass. League na yebono. We are serious contenders for this game. For Kotoko, if they drop the 3 points, it will cast a certain slur on their title ambition. For Hatchfolk, if they stay home for Kotoko to come and beat them, almost observing, Obi about the same fear wagono. Some are volley dance match. Some volley near Statini, Boko Kabiru Suno Ajaba. That's a Quania there. Near Statini, Boko Stivo Suno Ajaba. Near Statini, Boko Babiake, Savodan Sim. Next one, I cause a case of Hagono. Obi a Obi Abafa. It is a house and Jayena, or more one who fear Nakotko. Ever baby you are. Other visiting teams will get the confidence and no house will fear the or conquer what they knew. How can that be? Adia, Ubo League and Obi Agenze, who fear any who obefia, obey my 5 points. So did he ought to 10 Sanyo Mana around? It was a penny. Game ni ebe wuro ma yi sabana. But did Dramani on Sunday?
Will be unbeaten run, no? Ever come to an end?
I mean, I wish one of them will lose. In Pedro, yeah, now on big game, sir, big games, Our classic when I draw. Yeah, na buza penye ni je ni mo. Ezi obi lusu, no obi de sere no, na motivate you obi, no de reorganize no ho. Eza ba lusu, but Saturday you better say. Match no the obi lusu game Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. Match no results of every game.
Richard